How's this for a first? I actually show up a minute early. Don't think I've ever done that before. Well, before I go into too far into this, um, anybody who was paying attention to the community tab or been paying attention to me much at all lately has probably known that I've been a bit under the weather. I currently am still a bit under the weather. So I might have an occasional cough. Now that I'm talking about the cough, I can actually kind of hear it and feel it now. But I hope it doesn't. I'm going to have one of those like mental. My brain's not working. I'm going to psychosomatically cause myself to cough because I'm thinking about it. But anyhow, that happens. It's not a big deal. I'll try to turn the microphone down or something like that when that happens. So don't worry about it. And hello everybody. Let's see. Hello Veronica, Lorraine, Layla, Project 237. Hi, live from Germany. Random videos 1000. Hi. Hi Patty. Hope you're doing okay. Hello Clark Higgins. Hodgkin, sorry. My brain's a little fried still. Creepypasta throat tickle torture. That's probably the best thing to call it. Jess, I will send you a big bowl of chicken soup. I'd appreciate that. Although I don't have much of an appetite at the moment. But I appreciate it. I had to get an appetite back at some point, so I'd eat something. Deadshot, CYB, hi, I hope you feel better. Thank you very much. Hey there, Dan. Your birthday's on Monday, and you'll be 39. Well, here's a really happy early birthday for you. Jeremy, subs KOC, quite a bit. Hope you're doing good. Thanks. So, yeah, you broke your finger. Well, you gotta tell us how you broke your finger. I'm quite curious about that now. But yeah, I had a rough couple of days. I was feeling really kind of good beforehand. I was feeling good yesterday, and then as the day was getting longer and I was working and trying to get the new video out, I just started to feel really, really awful. So I lay down for a couple hours, and my intention was to get back up and work on the video again. So I got back up, but started feeling crappy again, so I went back to bed a couple hours after midnight. The next thing I know, it was like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I feel a little weird right now. It's like almost like I'm intoxicated a little bit, but I know that I'm not. So sort of a little bit of a dizziness. And that's really about it. I mean, I making sure I get good drink, water. I just call it a drink, but I don't want anyone to think that it's anything other than water. And just hoping that the cough goes away, and whatever this weird drunk dizzy feeling is goes away too. So many nice things. My channel keeps you alive. Crappy pasta. Oh, I like that. But yeah, I hope the other things keep you alive too. Hey there, Brett. And say hello to people I didn't get to say hi to yet. Are we doing better? I'm not sure how my sister's doing right now. I kind of like go back and forth. I'll feel really good one day, and I'll feel really bad the next day. But definitely thanks for asking. Hello to Lone Wolf, and hello there, Brad, and hello Kevin. Love you right back. Nice to see you in the chat for the live stream. You just do you and get better and quick, so you can get back to those awesome videos. Well, I will still work on the one that I was supposed to finish yesterday or this morning. I was doing that right before the stream. When I'm done streaming, I'll probably go back to working on that and stuff. I was editing some of the stories to make them flow better. I do that. I don't always do that with every story, but with a lot of them I do. It sounds better when the words are coming out the way that they're coming from my voice. Excuse me, sorry. There will be a couple of those that, like I mentioned. Hello, the Sarah Lee. Chilio, just pressing some rosin. Hello to you. Hot tea, gargle, salt water, warm honey, lemon, cough drops. What is going on with your health? I have absolutely no idea. This all started, if I'm not mistaken, it's been about 3 weeks ago that this all started. And, it didn't start really I wasn't really coughing that much. I had a little bit of a cough, but what happened was I got these weird pains all over. And, they were some of the worst pains I ever had, so I went to the hospital. And they ran all sorts of different tests on me and everything, and except for a COVID test, they refused to give me one, even though I asked them to. I asked several times, and they continuously refused to give me one, saying, "Oh, though your symptoms aren't like that." My honest belief is they probably didn't give me the test because if I were to test positive, then they'd have another report, and it would affect their numbers going up. Is what I believe. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't give me the test. I requested it. I was there for 5 hours, and I requested it several times. And they left me in pain for about 4 or 5 hours before finally giving me some sort of pain medication. And the pain medication was great. It worked almost immediately. And I'm like, you couldn't have done this like 4 hours ago when I arrived here. But and ever since then, I've had coughing fits. Some days I won't cough much at all. Other days I'll cough a lot. So it keeps on feeling like it's getting better, and then it kind of goes worse again. So see, I would drink Gatorade, but I just can't. I can't drink that. I've never been able to drink it. It's just the taste is like really hard to get down. It's really weird because I know my grandma likes it, but I can't drink it. It would make me throw up just because of the taste. Hey, Chimera Cat, happy early Valentine's Day to you too. I can still taste and smell things. Yes, I can do that. Although my sister was having a problem with that early on, which is one of the reasons I had asked for the COVID test that they didn't give me. But maybe it's the meds you're taking that caused this. My mom thinks that. I do take several medications, and my mom thinks the cough is caused by one of those medications, but my sister doesn't take that medication. So, and she obviously caught the cough from me because I had it for a while before she got it. There is no other place you can take the COVID test, not without a car, and I don't have a car. The only other places they'll do it around here is they'll do it, but you have to do it in a car, in a drive-by sort of thing. So, right now I would assume that that's what it was, that it would be over with. It's been 3 weeks. But I don't have a car, so I can't do their little drive-through tests or all they really do around here. And I have absolutely no interest in going back to that hospital. I've never liked that hospital to begin with. Every time that someone that I've known has gone there, they're just, the people who work there are unpleasant. They don't seem to be really good at what they do. and it's the only real hospital around here because this is a really small town that I live in. But I don't care for them at all, and I have no desire to go back to there if I can avoid it. My sister, I think she's doing fine. She's got the cough too. She just doesn't have um she just doesn't have I don't think she's had it as bad, although sometimes I hear in it sounds pretty bad. But right now it seems like it's just a cough with both of us, except that for me there's this weird, almost drunk sort of feeling that I hadn't had before, and I'm sort of having today. It's I do one of the things that I do during my time is there's this website that trivia website that I've gone to called Fun Trivia. I've been a member of the site for forever, and I go do some trivia on it every single day. And I was doing trivia earlier after I got up, and I just kept feeling like I couldn't concentrate on the questions very well, and this what I was saying was sort of like the drunken feeling. It was like when you're not really drunk, but when you're starting to get a bit of a buzz, so you get a little bit of dizziness, and it's hard to really focus. So I was having problems focusing, and I thought it would go away, but it I've been up for about 5 hours now, and it has not gone away. So I appreciate the prayers. I thank you very much. Hopefully, we'll get better and stuff. Uh, but yeah, no, I try to take good care of myself. Uh, do I like Dr. Pepper? Yes, I like Dr. Pepper. Although I prefer Pib over Dr. Pepper though. But I do like them. Uh, but yeah, garlic and peppers for decongestion. Huh. I've never heard of that one before. It doesn't sound like it would. What kind of peppers? I'm curious now. You can get COVID twice. Oh, I know. I'm not around people that much, and I take a lot of precautions. So I mean, me getting it in the first place, um, would seem really weird for me, but me getting it twice would also seem very strange, just because I don't get, I don't go out a whole lot, and I interact with very, very few people, and it's kind of weird. Cayenne peppers, ooh, don't know. That might be a bit much for me. Did you say on the last stream you were writing a book? Tell us about it. Oh, I'm not really sure there's much I can tell you about it at the moment. It's a book I'm writing with a friend of mine. It, it's really hard to explain. It's about a group of friends. We're still working on the structure and the plot of the book, but basically it's going to have a lot to do with a character who had been at a camp once and has these dreams that somebody's trying to kill him in the dreams. And there's not a whole lot more I can really say about it right now because we're still figuring it out, and I don't want to say the certain things that would the plot points that we have worked out right now, because the plot points that we have worked out will kind of give it away, and it's kind of it's going to be a horror novel, but there are certain twists in it, and really it's the twists that uh, we have that are worked out right now. So I can't really give a whole lot of information about it, but as we write a little bit more, we haven't written much because he's been working and I've been doing this and not feeling good. And when I don't really feel like writing when I don't feel good, but I'll let you know when I have a little more information that I could say about it. Could it be one of your pets? I don't think so. You know, I've all the pets seem fine, so I really don't know. I have absolutely no idea what's going on, and at the moment I'm fine. Um, I again, other than the sort of, I'm not really coughing much right now, so other than the sort of like weird, dizzy, drunken sort of feeling, and being kind of thirsty, so I'm gonna take a drink here in a moment. I'm feeling okay, and you could probably tell I'm a little scatterbrained. I'm having a bit of a problem trying to say everything that I'm trying to say. So, but yeah, it's a little bit hard to concentrate. Well, I do have allergies, but I take I I, I take a lot of allergy pills, so usually the allergies don't bug me too much. And right now, um, it's supposed to be raining and possible snow today, which would be kind of neat too. And oh, go away! I don't really Windows notification. Uh, just heard this little boing and a big. And it's like, what the heck's going on? This big notification came out. You sound a bit tired. Yeah, I think I do sound a bit tired, and I feel a little tired, and I don't know why. Again, I slept for a really long time, so maybe it's all those eyes watching you. uh, no, the eyes, I kind of, I'm so used to those eyes. I've been using them as a background for my streams for so long now. I kind of don't even notice them anymore. You know, it's on the last stream, I tried to replace the eyes with a cat video, but somehow the uh, the encoder or whatever rejected it and just took me right back to the eyes. So, oh hey, hello there, Claire. I hope everything's going good. I love you back. Thank you. I'm not familiar with that medication. Is that an allergy medication or something? Um, it could. It could. I mean, this could just be the weather. I guess. I mean, I live in Tucson, Arizona. It snowed here a few weeks ago. We got a little bit of snow. I think it was last week or the week before. It didn't stick, but it was nice to see. But yeah, so anyhow, I really wanted, and I'm really glad. This is why I didn't want to cancel doing this, because I mean my story video was supposed to be out either yesterday or this morning or this afternoon, and I definitely wanted to explain what was going on and sort of give you guys an idea. I think once you heard me talking, you would know something weird is going on. But the stories that are going to be on that next video, I think everyone will like. There is a story from um, a bullied kid who lives out in the country and has an encounter at night. But the one I really, really like is there's going to be a story uh, that takes place like really, really, really way out in the country, in like a shack. I mean, a shack with just board walls. You know, there's no like insulation or anything like that. It's just a shack built with normal boards. And I found the story very interesting because the person who wrote the story was in their 70s, and it happened when they were when they were, I think, around 10, and they were at their grandparents' house. And I guess their grandparents were way, way out in the country. And then, like I said, they lived in that shack with outhouse, little shed, a couple animals, a goat, chickens. You know, when I was reading the story about the goat, it reminded me of something that happened to me when I was younger, and it's kind of funny when I think about it. Is that a lot of my relatives live out in the country, and I think I was maybe 8 years old when this happened, and I was at some relative's house, and they made me some chocolate milk, and I liked it. I drank the chocolate milk, and they waited until I was done drinking it before they told me it was goat's milk. And you know, back then, and being that age, and being somebody who wasn't around or ever had anything but cow's milk, freaked out when they told freaked out when they told me it was goat's milk. And I thought that was there's a similar situation that happens in that story. Although the person in the story doesn't freak out when they had it, but when I first had goat's milk, even though it was delicious, I like completely freaked out because I think at that age, I didn't think about I didn't think about milk, me drinking anything but cow's milk. So I know, just a little goofy story about me when I was younger, but I've been doing these country stories a lot lately because not only just because they're popular and because I can find them, it's also because it kind of reminds me a lot of things that have happened to me or places that I've lived because I've had some I've lived in some really rural areas and some really urban areas. And it was my dad when my parents had gotten divorced, who wanted us to live out in the country for a while. And it was just a big change for us. And so for a couple of years, we lived in some really rural areas. Or if we went to visit our grandma or anybody, they lived, out in the country. So when I read these stories about kids going out and hiking and finding things, I like reading those stories because it reminds me of those things. Like I mentioned before, we would find some really weird things when we went out. Last time, when my sister was in the room too, we were talking about this time that we found this barn, and my brother threw a pitchfork at my sister, which was one of the scarier things that I remember in the past. But another thing that I'm pretty sure this is a messed up memory, but I just remember getting on top of this hill and finding this huge bulldozer. I mean, it was the biggest bulldozer I'd ever seen in my entire life. Uh, and it was just on top of this hill. And of course, my brother and my brother and one of my cousins were like trying to climb into it, all stuff, and which I thought was a incredibly stupid idea. A bulldozer, huge bulldozer sitting on top of a hill, and they're like, "Hey, let's go ahead and climb in." I mean, what if they would have done something? Uh, hit the stick, the shift or something, and had it like roll down the hill. That wouldn't have been that wouldn't have been nice. They would have probably have caused a lot of problems. But there was a time where I think I mentioned this one before in a previous stream where my brother decided it was a smart idea to throw rocks at a bull. And all of us had to climb up a tree really quickly because that bull was not very happy. Or if you ever seen those big stacks of hay that are rolled up and looks like a huge cinnamon roll. Right? My brother untied one and rolled it down a hill, and all the cows came a running. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons I do those. And also, I mean, a lot of people think that they're scarier for some reason. You guys are really, really entertained by that goat thing, I see. But, goat's milk is good. I'm not as weird as I was back then. You had a pet goat named, is that Spanky? I want a pet goat too, or an otter. A sloth would also do. Those are some very interesting pet choices. I try not to laugh because if I do, I'll probably start coughing. I don't want to be coughing all over your guys' ears here. Your brother sounds like fun. My brother, he would always, when we were kids mostly, I mean, even when he was even older, he would always try to find things to do like that. I'm really surprised that he didn't like end up, killing himself as a kid or something, because he was always doing reckless stuff. Um, like I think I mentioned before, he thought it was a good idea once to pee on an electric fence, and he knew it was going to shock the hell out of him, but he did it anyways. So I don't have anything. I've never had any bad electric fence experiences. I'm scared to death of barbed wire, though. I don't even like looking at barbed wire. Um, Even though I did go to college in the town that barbed wire was invented in, but I don't even like looking at the stuff for razor wire. Yet razor wire, even seeing like a line of it scares the crap out of me. But anyhow, the whole point of all this is me telling you is why I've been doing some of these country stories. So these next stories coming up are also going to be country stories, and I think they're pretty good. Might be a lot better than some of the ones I've had. Your brother is crazy but fun. Uh, he was definitely a bit crazy, but kind of runs in my family, so it wasn't that big of a deal. So I think barbed wire was invented in my city. Well, I guess that's sort of the debate actually. Um, there is a bit of a debate about where barbed wire was invented, and it's really strange that I would know this, but again, like I said, I went to one of those places. DeKalb, Illinois was where the modern barbed wire was patented. And I do remember it saying there was somewhere else, so that might be it. I don't really know for sure. But DeKalb is one where the modern stuff was. But again, I think it's sort of debatable. Snow and country videos. Barbed wire, that stuff hurts. Yes, it does. I dream about barbed wire. Sometimes I'll dream part of me is wrapped up in barbed wire and I slowly have to undo the wire. I like your stories when you have the howling wind in the background. Well, thank you. I like that too. I I did it the first time in one of my early winter videos, and I just thought it sounded really good. I thought that maybe people who are more susceptible to a suggestion, and I'm one of those people, might feel the coldness of the story. They might feel the cold if I put the cold wind in the background. So the goat thing sprang me back to the keyboard. just today on the news, didn't they visit a happy? They visit a happy working goat farm where folks would pay a pretty penny for a fun photo shoot. Um, hmm. I have no idea. You know the people in my story are just they live out in the country and have a goat, chicken. I've never had a goat. Although I might be visiting a friend within the next week or two. If you remember, in October, I was on that horse farm for a couple of days. When I was asking me to come visit again, so I might go back and see the horses again. And if they do, I'll take some more horse video, and I'll put those up, of course. What's my favorite movie? Well, I think most people have probably not seen my favorite movie. But my favorite movie is a movie that I believe came out in 2000 or 1999, 2000. It's called, it stars Michael Douglas, Tobey Maguire's in it. It's called Wonder Boys. It's based on a book by Michael Chabon. And it's one of my favorite books. And the movie was sort of a bomb. I don't know many people who've seen it, but I've seen it many, many, many times, and I absolutely love it. So the movie is called Wonder Boys. Now it's funny because the book is called Wonder Boys because the story is about a writer who is writing this really, really long book, thousands and thousands of pages, and the book that he's writing is about these brothers with the last name Wonder, so he calls the book Wonder Boys. However, the movie, you never really know. They never really tell you why the movie is called Wonder Boys, because even though he's writing the same book in the movie, they never mention the actual name of the book in the movie. So it's kind of weird. Nathaniel, peace back to you. Horses are great animals, love them. I enjoy them as well. Did you get the donation earlier this month? Yes, I did. Thank you. I kept meaning to send you a thank you on it. Although I've been a little, I think I've mentioned this before. Sometimes I get a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Anxious about going onto social media and emails. So I'll disappear from social media and I won't answer emails for several days because I'll get kind of anxious and I'll avoid it. So that's the only reason I haven't come and thanked you yet, because I've been kind of trying to avoid that sort of stuff. I've eaten Wonder Bread. I think I've done that too. But yes, I did get the donation, and thank you very much. Have I seen the Pumpkinhead movie? Yes, I've seen Pumpkinhead. Uh, if I'm not mistaken, when I originally saw Pumpkinhead, it did actually scare me too. So it's one of those few movies that I actually found frightening. Now, I've watched it again, being older, and it did not. But it scared me when I was younger. The Shining, I like that movie. The Shining is one of those strange times where I like the movie, but I don't like the book. And I do actually like Stephen King, and I don't like Stanley Kubrick as a director. But it's a really weird thing how I don't like the book The Shining, and I love the movie. I don't know. I just didn't. I found it to be very boring. Uh, the book, and it actually took one of the longest it's ever took me to read a book. I had to keep coming back to it, so I would read a few chapters and not really get into it. So I would put it down, and I would read a different book. Then I'd pick up The Shining again, and I'd try to read it, and I'd only be able to get a few more chapters, but I put it down and read something else. So it took me over a year to actually finish it because I just could not get into it. You're creepy. Three gongs? I'm not sure I know what you mean. Creepy background music with the three gongs? Oh yeah, I'm not sure I know what you mean. Could you explain it? Or what else it sounds like? Because the gong part is throwing me off. I did like The Hills Have Eyes. I did not like A Clockwork Orange. As I said, I don't really like um, uh, Stanley Kubrick movies too much, so I didn't care for Clockwork Orange, and I can understand why people liked it. The book is so long, I enjoy the movie more, yeah. Or the movie was better. Yeah, there's something about that is that that was that was definitely the time it was better. But the I'm trying to think of other ones. Pick any animal, dog or cat. At the moment, cats are the only thing I really have against dogs is when you pet dogs and they get dog hands. I don't like that feeling. So that is kind of I have watched a lot of movies that I hadn't seen before. While I haven't been feeling well, and I mean a lot of them were really good. I've been subscribed to Shudder, which, as far as all the streaming services go, I really like Shudder because it's pretty cheap and they give you quite a bit on it. But looking it up right now, because I know I've seen a couple movies lately that I really enjoyed. Saw a movie from 1981 called Dead and Buried, where these town people keep killing tourists, and then the tourists get resurrected somehow. That was very good. I w- watched a movie that a lot of people said was a cult classic, and I some early movie with Nicolas Cage called Vampire's Kiss, and cult classic. Lots of people love it, and I was like, oh my god, this is just like one of the most annoying, boring movies I've ever seen in my life, and I'm sure that people here have seen it and liked it. They'll hate me for saying that, but it's like the movie was like nails on a chalkboard, and I just did everything I could just to get to the end of it, and I just ugh. But yeah, that was dreadful. But even sometimes when the movie's dreadful, I will sit through it and try to get through it. 13 Ghosts. I saw 13 Ghosts. Uh, I liked 13 Ghosts. I've never seen the original, but I enjoy I wouldn't say it was a really good movie or anything, but it was enjoyable, and I liked it quite a bit. So, okay. So I guess, Brad, you've seen uh, uh, Vampire's Kiss then. But yeah, it's. Wow. No, it appeared on Shudder a few days ago, and I was looking for something new to watch. And God, I just. Oh, it's like the worst thing in the world. Tony and his poop scooping brother are both my boyfriends. Love them. Okay. Opinion on Bird Box? I have not seen it. Let's see. Blood Machines. Yes, I know that's a show that's on Shudder, right? That I haven't watched. I enjoy the Creep shows, the Creep Show series, and I'm hoping they come out with new episodes of that really soon. And so if you guys haven't seen that, and you like the Creep Show movies, the series is really good. There's also a series on there that I like called Dead Wax, which is really just a movie broken up into like 8 parts. But I enjoyed that as well. So if you have Shudder and haven't seen either of those, you you might enjoy it. But uh, Laid to Rest, I haven't seen that. May, have I seen May? I don't believe so. What would that be about? But yeah, the yeah, with Vampire's Kiss, I should have been thrown off by the picture for the movie. I mean, it just the like movie poster or whatever. Just seeing it should have given me the idea that this is not something I should watch. But every now and then, when you hear about a movie and someone tells you that it's a cult classic, you kind of get this wanting to watch the entire thing just to see why people liked it so much. And for Vampire's Kiss, I just don't get it. It was just I just don't get it. Well, you should watch the Creep Show series. It's really, I mean, it's really, really good. I mean, there's a couple stinkers, but each episode has two stories, and some of them are pretty good. 1917, yes, I did see that. And that, if not mistaken, that was the war movie, right? Yeah, I did see that, and I sort of liked it. It was kind of gimmicky. That was the year I think Parasite won the Oscar. I think because I think I watched all the movies that year that were nominated for the Oscars because I've always kind of enjoyed that thing. So Creepshow though, yeah, if anybody who hasn't seen that, highly recommended. How about the worst movie ever made, Seven Doors of Death? I've never heard of that, so I cannot tell you. But so much fun to make fun of. I do like movies that are so bad that you can enjoy making fun of them, though. And do I like jazz? I'm not really a jazz fan. I One of my earlier jobs in life, I was the manager of a bookstore, and the manager of a bookstore, and we were we were only allowed to play classical music or jazz, and I just got sick of listening to both at the time. I mean, even though I liked parts of it, um, but I've never been a big fan of jazz. Although I can listen to classical again. Have you seen The Conjuring? I can't be the only one who likes it, or Annabelle. Um, yeah, you're not gonna really like my response. I've seen The Conjuring. I can't. I don't like Ed or Lorraine Warren. I'm overly convinced that they were con artists, so it's very difficult for me to watch a movie where people that I don't respect in real life are treated as heroes. And the depiction of them, of the Warrens in those movies, I find offensive. So I can't enjoy them. I'm sorry. I sometimes steer away from talking about that because I know that a lot of people like them. A lot of people believe that they were honest. Um, but yeah, it would be like um, it would be like if somebody made. No, don't be sorry you asked. I'm trying to explain. But yeah, it's just imagine someone you don't like, and they make a movie and make them into heroes. It would probably rub you the wrong way, and you can understand why I don't really like them. But yeah, no reason to be sorry for asking. It was a valid question. Haven't seen Eurovision. Tim Curry is like enjoyable in everything I think I've seen him in. But yeah, the moving on from that. I mean, I sorry, I got a little flustered there because I kind of went on and on. But yeah, the do I like any Mel Brooks movies? Yeah, I pretty much like any Mel Brooks movie. They're really kind of hard to not like. I mean, he has made a few stinkers, but I mean, love Blazing Saddles and High Anxiety and Young Frankenstein, um, and stuff like that. But yeah, the if you really want me to go into it, I mean, I guess I could answer that question. I just don't want to offend people that do like them. But the fact is they've been caught in the Warrens have been caught in many of lies actually. Uh, uh, for example, Ed Warren said that someone taunted Annabelle and drove away from their museum on his motorcycle and died in a motorcycle accident. However, police records show that nobody in that area ever died in a motorcycle accident. They hired a writer who to write a book for them, and where they were working with the family, and they were working with the family, and the writer wasn't getting enough information. And Ed Warren reportedly told this guy, who was a huge fan of theirs, "Oh, come on, these people are crazy. Just make the shit up, and just make the shit up, and we'll make a lot of money from it." They Lorraine Warren was offered time and time again to take the James Randi $1 million paranormal challenge, and every time she was asked to take the challenge, she refused to do it because he was an atheist, and that doesn't make any sense. If you have psychic powers, you could make $1 million by proving it, and you're not going to do it because the guy who's doing the contest is an atheist. Um, and there are just other things they've said. There was the I forget the name of the case, but I think it was the second Conjuring movie where they claimed to have done all the investigating, talking to the family. They never came in contact with the family at all. They weren't allowed there. So basically, they everything they said about that case was was made up. I mean, the police officers that were in charge said that they had come. The Warren family went nowhere near that family. They didn't discuss anything with them. They weren't allowed in the house. So they showed up and they looked at everything from a distance, and then they write a big story about it. So, and I'm sorry, I don't. I'm not want to offend anybody, but I was asked, so I'm not going to say anything bad about anyone who likes them because there's a lot of information out there that pushes people in that direction. But they were, in my view, just blatant con artists. And I didn't always feel that way, but when I started doing the actual research and seeing it, and then there was a video I watched where someone. This is the reason why I'm hesitant to discuss it. It's because this video I watched on YouTube where this girl went out and she did the research on them and she presented her evidence and it was all done really well, and all people did was attack her for it. Attack her. How dare you say that about these wonderful people? And da da da. How dare you? You're stupid. You're an idiot. And it's like, well, she wasn't being mean to them. She was presenting factual information. So it was a thing. But it's what's that? It's I, I don't talk about it because mostly because we can respect each other's opinions. I don't want to talk bad about anybody, and it happens. It happens. It happens in other things too. That's one of the reasons, people ask me about politics, and if you ask me how I feel about a politician, I'm probably not going to say anything about it, no matter who that politician is, because uh, I'll be offending some people, and I don't really like to do that. So, um, I think in my little rant there, I kind of went off. Space Voyager, when it narrate a Discord story I wrote, sure. I can't guarantee that I would narrate it. I'd have to read it first, but if you send it to me and I like it, I would be happy to narrate it. But yeah, the so yeah, that's what I mostly want people to know is that this is how I feel. I don't I don't care how I don't I won't say I don't care. I don't want to make anyone else, talk bad about people that other people like. So it's just not kind of the person that I am. And it always, you can tell how flustered I got doing that because I just knew that, oh gosh, I'm probably upsetting somebody. And whenever I think about upsetting somebody, except when somebody leaves a bad comment on one of my videos. I think you've all seen that whenever somebody leaves a bad comment on my videos, I'm more than happy to make them feel bad. So it's sure, I'll send it to you on your Gmail. I'll write my stories in Google Docs. Okay, I'd be very happy to read it. But yeah, so anyhow, I gotta have a drink now. My mouth is very dry. One second. Whew. That tasted very good. See, I think I got more flustered than anybody else, so. Oh yeah, Cloris Leachman, she died just a few days ago or a week or so ago, huh? People get offended over everything today. I wouldn't take anything like that personally. Oh, I'm yeah, sometimes I feel like I can't really say much of anything um without knowing you'll offend somebody, but it just kind of happens. So you go out from the music working there. Sounds like an interesting job, though. Okay. Oh, well, thank you, Veronica. I appreciate that. What's my Gmail? It should be in the description of any of my videos, but it's foxbarking44 at gmail.com. Uh, FOXBARKING 44. Now about the comments, yeah, I've noticed. I don't know if other people have noticed too, but some people have left some pretty rude comments on some of my videos. Chimera Cat there has put out some pretty good responses, of which I appreciate. But I mean that's just to go back on that one. Is if you guys remember, I had done, and I would like to do these again, but not very much. Some debunking videos very early into the existence of my channel. I did 3 that I remember where there was that guy who supposedly created a homunculus. And so I did a debunking for that. And I did a debunking for something else. And my favorite one was that I debunked, in my opinion, that "Hey Walter, I got a new girlfriend today" video. And that was my favorite because I remember my video didn't do very well. And then one day I woke up and I was looking at my videos, and all of a sudden my views were up to 77,000 views in that one day, and I'm like, that's never happened before, and I was shocked, and I'm wondering, and it's because that video, people thought that it was real because they saw a girl in the background who they said resembled a missing girl who was really missing. So the people who actually made the video took it down. So people were running back and forth, and everybody was telling me, um, everybody was going to my video debunking it and telling me, haha, you were wrong, you're an idiot, you're stupid, haha, look at this, look at this, they just proved it was right today. That's a real person. I bet you feel really dumb. And then later in the day, the police confirmed that it was fake, that the girl in the video was not the girl who was kidnapped. So I went to each one of those people. I bet you feel stupid now. I bet you feel stupid now. I bet you feel stupid now. I said, you said it to me first. Oh, look at me. I was right and you were wrong. Maybe you guys shouldn't have just assumed right away. I had a lot of fun with that, but I ended up taking the video down because the people who made the video were getting harassed. And they'd ask me to just blur out their faces. Instead of doing that, I just took the video down. So I didn't want people being harassed for something like that. So let's look here. Wasabi, hi Wasabi. Hope you're doing good. Who leaves rude comments on your channel? Can I fight them? Hey, if you see a rude comment on any of my videos, you can fight them all you want. Say whatever you want to do. I appreciate anyone who does that. Almost everything I get, almost every comment I get is good. I mean, I rarely get a bad comment. The worst ones, I think, what we're talking about here were a couple videos ago where a couple people attacked me for advertising the masks in front of my video, saying I was doing it for political reasons, which is ridiculous. I don't talk about politics, anything to do with my channel. I mean, it was merchandise that my sister created that we put up, and we sold it. It was to help people, and also it was for us to also make money. I mean, I don't make money off the merchandise. It's the merchandise stores completely belong to my sister. So all the money from that goes to her. I let her. I use her cat as my mascot, so she can use my channel as her merchandising thingamabob. Moderators can time out, block, and report trolls. Oh, well, my sister usually moderates. I think she's watching another stream right now, and I don't think I told her I was doing this. So, but yeah, it's I don't think I've ever, the only bad thing I've ever had in here is, I know for one time there was a lot of toilet humor. Somebody making a lot of toilet humor and sending me toilet humor stories to narrate. And so we kind of blocked a lot of them out. Is our orange tabby cat like ours? And if so, is he bigger or smaller? Well, yeah, yes, we have merchandise, but again, it's my sister's merchandise stores. Hold on for just 1 minute, everybody. Oh, sorry about that. My stomach is hurting a little bit, so I just had to stop there for a minute. Jiffy Pools Inc. Hi. I hope that you're well. I'm sorry for a moment here. I'm feeling a little ill suddenly. It was the person that sent you toilet humor stuff. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, and I think my sister banned them. Um, I can't. I can't elaborate on toilet humor right now. My stomach is a little uneasy, and even thinking about it kind of makes me feel a little sick. So, and I am a little sick. So, thinking about it more will probably just make me throw up, and I don't want to do that. But um, oh, stop with the sad faces. Look happy. I'm happy that you guys are here. But I can put up with a little not feeling well. Um, it just means I probably won't go on a lot longer. I really wanted to do a longer stream and maybe read some stories, but I may have to take your guys' advice and take a break right now. Um, Pepto's probably not going to help. It's even drinking, taking a drink is making it's whew. It's whenever when I woke up. I think for people who came in late, when I woke up, I sort of feeling like I was drunk, but not really like wasted drunk. Just like a dizzy sort of drunken feeling, and it was just sort of it was just sort of I'm gonna say it was very very moderate, and I don't know if it's because I've been talking for a while that it's starting to feel worse, and so I'm starting to feel really dizzy again, and my stomach is starting to feel really bad. So yeah, I think I'm probably gonna take a break, guys. I might come back if I feel better. Um, I'll keep an eye on the community tab on the front of my channel, and I'll update you. Two beers drunk instead of six. Yes, that's what the feeling is like. But I have not been drinking, so uh, it's I think I do have to take a break. Keep an eye on the community tab. I'll update you guys. I don't think I have COVID. No. Um, but I will keep you guys updated. Thanks each one of you uh for the well wishes and stuff. Normally I like to say goodbye to everybody, but I think I really have to lay down here real quick. So I probably shouldn't say goodbye to everybody normally, but thank you for the well wishes. Thank you, my friends, for everything. I'm going to go ahead and end right now. I love you all. You're great, great, great subscribers, viewers, and great friends. Keep an update. Look up on the community tab. Sorry, I can't think straight now. Keep an eye on the community on my channel page, and I'll let you guys know what happens. But yeah, I'm going to go for right now. And thank you all very much for being here and for all your well wishes.